Hello, I'm Athath, and this is Chapter 5 of my 0% Growths LTC of Cerulean Coast. I'm going to be skipping through some opening cutscenes here. Get to see another tower fight, which is always good. He dodges these. He does not dodge these. But don't worry, Oriana can pick up the slack. And don't worry, tower's fine. Definitely. Alright, so this map is a kill bosses map. There are 3 bosses on the map. Helena, a soldier with a barrier lance, which gives plus 15 resistance. Denny, a Myrmidon with a cutlass that's brave and has 42 HP. And Merzed with a 1-range Nosferatu tome and an impressive speed stat. There's also this guy, but we thankfully do not have to kill him. He's part of the map's gimmick, but we will be clearing the map before that gimmick becomes relevant. Now, you might think that this is pretty simple clear. We have 3 bosses to kill, 3 warpers. But the additional wrinkle is that there's this guy over here, this mythic merc. If you remember, back in Chapter 3X, we accepted a side quest to get a man's son to come home. This is that son, and he has the Gambler's Folly on him. We need to talk to him with Ellery in order to cause him to give up, and that will give us Gambler's Folly. Unfortunately, Ellery is one of our warpers, which means that instead of 3 warpers, we effectively have 2, and we have an additional warp target we need to get across the map. But fortunately, we have a way around that. Well, we have a strategy that still lets us get everything we need to do done. Just start preps. Swap out the wind sword. And then our opening formation needs to be very specific. I believe that's everything. And we should be good to go. Tower tries to talk everyone down and fails. Now we have 3 new units join the party. We have Krinia, a trainee in a 0% growth playthrough. She will not see any combat. We have Marlowe, a mounted mage with 7 movement, Canto Plus, and a better speed stat than Lindros. Unfortunately, he starts right next to the boss with a barrier lance here, so he can't really do much here. And he will not be seeing any combat in this playthrough. And we have Rohizia, a pre-promoted Sorcerer with 7 movement, S swords, 22 base speed, and Decapitate, a skill that makes all of her attack crit when she's attacking. When she's initiating combat. And if you notice, Raylan, she joined with a very special sword here, the Rondel Dagger, which ignores defense. So Rohizia is possibly, is our best boss killer. And she also joins with the Fancy Stabber, which is a 1-2 range sword with crit null, which has, unfortunately, anti-synergy with her personal skill. But it also gives her Canto Plus. So with all that combined, Rohizia is a unit that will not be seeing any combat in this playthrough. And because we've lunged the boss within, lunged Helena within 3 tiles of Chalice, her personal skill halves her defensive resistance, which lets Pomelo and Riker easily clobber her. We're gonna warp Ellery all the way over to the Mythic Merc. Or that specific Mythic Merc. And then we're going to be doing some shenanigans with Mince. Going to be swarping with Chalice, which lets Oriana run down and dance Chalice to basically springboard off of her to get to this ley line to get a plus 10 attack boost, which lets her, with the Wind Sword, 1-round Denny. These used to be... So my previous clear for this map was much more complex, because I didn't realize that the ley line would let Oriana 1-round Zenny. I thought that I would need to have to bring Pomelo down in boat form, and he would fire a cannon shot at this disciple, and the splash would knock Zenny down into... She does it, because she's Oriana. And then we can finally run Chalice back up and warp Tower over to the Nosferatu boss over here. Well, pseudo Nosferatu. And then we have Ellery talk to the sun here. We get Gambler's Folly. And then, if you notice, our Harpoon attack here has 100 hit because of Tower's personal skill that reduces, that makes attacks on enemies adjacent to him always hit. But we will actually not be taking this attack because while it was necessary in the old route, between last chapter and this one, another patch has come out, which improved the attack power of the Mansplitter, which means that Tower actually just cleanly one-shots Merced here. And that is Chapter 5, beaten 1 turn. Join us next time for more boats.